What is going on, everybody? We are back on it. Hunter x Hunter episode 134. Um, we're back on it. The next episode after this, I'm not 100% sure when I'm gonna do this Twitch live reaction because next episode, some of you are saying this is your favorite episode in the entire anime, so we're definitely going to be live reacting to it. I'm just not sure. I'm trying to look at like the calendar and the schedule here of when I want to do that. Maybe I do it. Maybe I do it the night you guys see this video. Friday night might be the best for my schedule. Sunday, big football fan. It's gonna be unless I sat down before the game started, but that's asking a lot. Um, so right now it's either looking like Friday night, the day you guys are seeing this, which will be and I'll put up a post too, so you guys just don't get caught off guard hours before. It's either gonna be the 17th or the 20th. So we're either gonna do the Twitch live stream the night Friday night, this Friday the 17th, or Monday night the 20th for episode 135. And then that is our last live reaction. Well, we're going to do the last episode as well. So just wanted to get that out there. Also, only a couple more days left for the poll. It's looking like unless we have a random 500 people randomly show up, it looks like the two animes that are going to win are going to be Demon Slayer and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Here's the current breakdown if you guys are able to see that, if it focuses. There it goes. Um, None of the other ones are really going to catch up. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is Demon Slayer we'll put on YouTube, and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood will be Patreon exclusive. And once I get a good like 10 or so episodes ahead, I'll start trickling it on to YouTube. So Hunter x Hunter's going to wrap up here soon. We've already finished Code Geass. We'll start 2 new animes. And it look like there's been a lot of Dragon Ball news kind of floating around, especially since Japan is hosting the Olympics this year. The face of the Olympics for like Japan is Goku. You're seeing Goku on everything. And of course they have like the Pokemon and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like they should piggyback off that. If I'm marketing, if I'm making money, if I'm running Dragon Ball Enterprises, you need to drop an anime like right after the Olympics, during or before, something, piggyback off the momentum. That's just me. I've been seeing a lot of kind of random news going around, but you guys are kind of deeper into channels that kind of cover like news and spoilers and stuff. If you guys get any word of anything Dragon Ball, let me know. Um, Coming off of this, a lot of you guys answered the questions about conditions and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to go. I got a lot of great explanations. I appreciate the long, detailed comments. I try to get to every comment that if I can, unless some of them are kind of repetitive of kind of the same things. But um, we all kind of are theorizing our own thing. It looks like it's never been stated or said, but we all kind of getting what a condition could be used for, how you would use it. I think just as like our explanations are still kind of speculation, um, I had a lot of you agree that it looks like Nen has some kind of ecosystem or higher being subconsciously of its own, because this was my follow-up question, because I'm not going to go over all of them because it was a lot. It's like how Nen has to hold you accountable, regardless like how strong your conviction or emotions might be, and you put that on yourself. It's still you putting it on yourself. um you could break it at any time and there's going to be consequences, but Nen has to somehow subconsciously still hold you accountable. So it's got to be, I'm not saying there's a god or somebody sitting in a chair that controls all Nen. um but it's looked like it somehow has some kind of ecosystem where like it's in the universe and it checks and balances itself. Nen is just this all kind of being thing, and someone drops in some type of strong conviction and emotion, and you break that. Um, yeah, so that's just kind of what it is. I appreciate all the detailed responses, and that's kind of just where I have it at. It hasn't been said to me. I haven't seen it written in stone, like an interview from the author or anything that's been said in the anime. That's just what my hypothesis is. I feel like Nen has a higher calling, something that subconsciously connects all of it together to where it can grant you abilities. First of all, it already grants humans abilities that they wouldn't normally have. Um, and then it can also grant you even more, and it can also take it away. So something on another plane or level has to be holding those checks and balances accordingly. You can't just the same thing. Like I can't just if I you can't just give something power and then if they break the rules they set, take it away. Something has to be controlling that. And I don't think it's being controlled internally just because you say it. Um, so that's kind of where we have that at. And then I did see at the beginning of the episode that the Rose nuke not only was a nuke but also was emitting poison on the time of explosion at the same time. And I think I kind of hinted at that there still being some like I don't remember my exact wording, but I had a couple of you message me saying I was pretty much saying it without saying it. There was some kind of lasting effects or poison or leftover thing where if you were in the area, you were going to die from. I don't know how far that explosion spreads. Is it going to spread to all those humans around the palace and they're in turn going to get sick and die as well? Or was it just for those three on the ground? So it looks like Netero did, accomplish what he set out to do. And it looks like the author and the writer uses a lot of real world parallels. I mean, there's some strong imagery there in the beginning, showing the rich and the poor and how it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor, the bombs are going to affect you anyway, saying humanity is worse than the ants. And there were some like real points in history there that they showed animated, like that guy, that famous image of that Asian man getting shot in the head, like point blank in black and white still. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. They had like a direct image of that in the opening, and just a couple other imageries, relating to like real world things. I think I have a lot of you told me that his writing really parallels what has and what is happening currently in society at the time that this came out. But yeah, I guess that'll be about it for now. If you're watching this Friday, we'll probably do a live stream Friday night. I think we'll do that. Probably like that 9. Let me see. I don't want to give an incorrect time. I'd say 9:30 or so. We'll kind of go with that, but keep updated on my YouTube community page. I'll let you guys know if we're a go for Friday night or if we're going to pivot to Monday, and we'll go from there. So, the world is that someone. The word is that someone. We're 3 minutes and 55 seconds in on episode 134, pressing play right now. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. We're really trying to make a push for 6,000 subscribers in 2020. And so this is them dying. Everybody that was around the explosion is currently dying. They're poisoned, and it's killing them from the inside. I'd be interested to see like how strong the poison would need to be, because you could tell the ants are genetically superior, This man's flying and can do all these things, and they have crazy exteriors. Would they be able to battle certain kinds of poisons? Is it a really strong poison, or like the nuke, it's some lower level nuke / lower level poison that isn't considered very strong and they're still dying from it? Interesting. And I looks like I read something wrong. Palm didn't say they would die in exactly 4 hours. She said a few. Either way, a few could be 4, but I had a lot of you tell me that. That she said a few, not 4. I consider, oh god, I consider a few anything less than double digits, but it's not important. He only got to use his N once, or one more time, so. Rainbow Road. Mario Kart. He's got it down to footprints? Jesus. Oh my god. Look how quick he was on that man. Oh, brother. Good lord, he closed that gap so fast. He's just gonna kill him. Did he, or did Yuppie die of his own sickness? But he didn't kill him. He just keeled over and died. Wild. I wonder if the king's gonna get his memories back and everything right when he dies. He's gonna get in front of Komugi, remember everything, and then just die. That'd be real sad. So they made sure that the king was gonna die. He's gonna kill him. He's gonna go over there and kill that man. So they were either gonna nuke him to death, poison him to death, but he was gonna die. Wow. Once someone has been exposed to my N, I can see into their mind. Oh god, that's a little overpowered. Oh yeah, that was his. I forgot about that. When he was reading Moral in the smoke and all that. You could tell what he wanted to do and all that. We're not doing this again. Yet you're dying. With all that, you guys are still slowly dying. Bleeding again. Oh, he's curious. He doesn't just want to walk up there and take his head off. Tell him the truth. I mean, he's been forgiving recently. Don't do it. Don't blitz him. Don't blitz him. Oh my god. Okay. Are we halfway? I mean, the opening was a little long. Wow. Okay. We are halfway. He's really playing on his. Dude, you're bleeding. I've totally forgotten about Gon in all in these past couple episodes. I don't think the author ends up killing Gon. But I wonder what ends up happening with his arm, and if he really is unable to use Nen again. I hope he doesn't. Maybe he gets his arm back, but I would really like him to not be able to use it again. I had the delusion I could be king. He believes he's alive as well. I wonder if we'll ever find out if he is or not. Well, it's Miriam's decision. You gonna continue with the game or say fuck it? He's really going through it. I feel like Miriam's just gonna be like, okay, game on. Just don't say anything yet. Don't say anything yet. Uh oh. Is he? Does that secret what have to? To the hatred of what? No, it doesn't. He did. Look at this dude. He could probe for answers he sought without waiting for him to speak? My man really like reached a higher level since he came back. He was. He's been Poof has been ride or die since the beginning. The only one. Is he dead? Is this it? Dies by the king's hand. The most loyal one. Dies being loyal. No? Oh, fuck. He was decapitated. Oh God. In his head, or he really did appear like he hit some Nove shit and just aged from stress on the spot. Wow, he's remembering everything. He's remembering every single thing. He's gonna die just from stress. Like just his head's gonna explode. He said it. He said it. He said the trigger word. He said it. Trigger, 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 panic, panic, panic. And there it goes. All the memories coming back. Clear as day, too. Mm. He's gonna see her again and die right when he does. Die right when he does. Like, I think if he had a choice, he would go off with her somewhere isolated like this and just live out his days. We know that's not going to happen because this man is poisoned. But I think even if he declared he would do that, they would nuke that island with everything so fast. How's he seeing this though? Or how's this does he feel the emotion coming off of him so much that like he knows he can feel what he's seeing? It's over. And there's nothing really needed for Poof at this point. There will be no punishment. Yeah, there was. Yeah, he never stood a chance. He's going looking for the girl. Oh, he said release them, so he's not even on a killing like spree. He's just letting people go. Yeah, he lost. He lost as far as being able to keep the king how he was. Don't call him an octopus. Dang, my man's a damn clairvoyant over here. He really did age like that. My man's a very forgiving king these days. Poof knew she was important, but he didn't know she was that important to him. He's gonna die of a heart attack just from stress. Chill, bro, chill. Don't get your head taken. Don't kill him. Don't kill him. Wow. This dude. What a turn we've taken. Jeez. You get close to death and come back, you really changed. Yep. He's 100% human. He's human. Gone was the one that was Gone was wavering between human and ant, and the king was wavering between human and ant, and both went completely. They started one way, and they both ended up completely on the other side of the spectrum. The thing is, if the king were to stay alive, do you think after he maybe got Komogi and kind of resettled back down, do you think he'd fade more being closer to the middle or being an ant again? Or would he just stay on that like human realm? Because we know Gon, the anime's not going to end with Gon being how he was. You know, he's going to come back to being that kid again, and maybe kind of realizing things on a different level and really being matured. But he's still going to come back to being that guy. Whether he, well, here's the thing though, Gon's not going to be able to go to that place again if, like it's been stated, he's not going to be able to access Nen. He's not going to be this dangerous kind of threat that like Zepile and a bunch of other people have commented that like he's dangerous. Like that recklessness can be dangerous. He's not going to be able to tap into that, at least not with Nen again. And then does that really make him that dangerous if he's just an average one-armed boy? With, you know, he'll be quick, you know, he'll be quick and fast and like have great senses and all this stuff, but that'll only get him so far. So it's not like Gon's can go back to that being an ant in here. The king could. He's going to die, so we'll never know. But yeah, that was a great line there at the end, especially bringing up Netero. So Netero did accomplish his goal, and not only did he accomplish his goal, but he ended up taking out 3 of the 4 threats. Well, he's going to. One's already died. Poof should die the same way, and the king will die from the same way as well. I was interested to see if they kind of had maybe some genetic makeup to where they might be stronger, more resistant to some kind of, you know, bacteria or viruses or poisons or anything like that. Which I would guess so. I mean, we've seen Killua. He's been talking about. He's like, I've been immune to some kind of poison since I was 5 years old. So I don't know the strength of said poison. Again, is it like a lower level poison, just kind of like how the nuke was a lower level nuke? And that just drives home the fact that they didn't even have to use that strong of a nuke or that strong of a poison, and they were able to kill the king and the ants like that. Or was it a very, very severe lethal dose of something? It sucks that Welfrin just aged like that, because I don't see how how that stress aging is going to turn back. It was cool to see. I mean, Welfrin. I mean, there's not really much to get attached to him. I was rooting for him there to stay alive, but we didn't get much of him to really have that like deep connection. But to see him, you know, just throw down those crushes and make that, you know, that declaration that was like, "I'll never call you king. The only man I'll call king is Gyro," which I don't think we ever end up finding out what happens to him, do we? I know I've had a lot of you tell me like we don't end up finding out. A lot of you tell me, and then I've had other people tell me, you know, he was eaten and turned into an ant, but we don't know which one. I've had others say that he escaped before that happened. That was always one of my biggest pet peeves. Was like they gave us that what like 15-minute cold opening about like Gyro and his upbringing, and then we never got to see him. Looking back on it now, you know, it makes for a strong point here, you know, because Welfrin being one of the people that says the only person he'll call king is Gyro, and he's been loyal to and wants to find him, and that's his friend, and so yeah, it takes us back then, to make the connection, but besides that, we never got much from that story-wise. So 135, I'm guessing the king comes across Komogi, and Does he die when he finally sees her? Does he get to say or do anything, or does he just get like this close to her and then die? I don't know, because they're not gonna have a future together. He's gonna die within the night. I wonder how much time has passed in all this. Has it even been an hour or a couple hours? I don't. It's not really important, but just curious. And the king has just ascended to this all-knowing, clairvoyant, um, oracle, spiritual level. I know he got like Pooh's spiritual message, but to be able to, it looks like he took that like a step further. Um, Kind of like he did with Yuppie's rage canon thing. He was able to like take it, control it, and put it into what he wanted it to be. It looks like the king took Pooh's spiritual message and then took it to like another level. Um, I will say it sucks to see such strong characters and never get to see that strength be displayed. Like we're never going to get to see the king pushed or seeing the actual power output that he had. Even with Netero, it was just a lot of cat and mouse, tag, 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 you're it, you're it, you're it. And it was Netero really doing all the work. The king was just sitting there playing around, you know. We're never gonna get to see the king push to like all this power we're seeing. We're never gonna get to see it on display. But that's been the theme of Hunter x Hunter since the beginning. It was never fight oriented, big fight oriented, and it never kind of went that way. I've had a lot of you tell me the fight, I don't know if there's a couple fights or just one fight we get in the manga, like right after, that ends up being better than any of the fights we've had in the story up to this point. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to read the manga or not. A lot of you told me just don't even bother and just wait maybe 40 years when they extend the anime. Or just don't bother at all because you're just going to read it and then you're only going to get a chapter every 6 years, and then it's like, what's the point? So I don't know what we're going to do when we get there. I'll have to see how this ends and if I really want to, like, you know, get in there. But now that we know the king is going to die from the poison, I wonder what's left in the story to have, because we have, what, including next episode, there's 148, so we have 13 episodes left. You would think there's got to be a Gon kind of resolution episode. Like, where is he at mentally? What does he think of himself? The things he said and the things he did? What happens with the rest of these ants that are still left alive? Is the government and the Hunter Association going to permit them to be alive? I mean, they have Colt in the Hunter Association right now. Like, he's actually physically there. So do they just keep tabs on the ants that they kept to leave alive? Do they think none can be left alive? Are they going to be some that are vouched for? Are we going to get to see who that second in command of the Hunter Association was that was kind of pushing for Netero to fail and come up short? And then just how does the story end? I've had a lot of you tell me, like, even if I choose not to read the manga, the anime ends on a note that if the anime never continued again, ever, it would be, you know, a good like bow on it ending. So I feel like the things that we've got to address are Gon and his mental state and what he declares and decides to do for the rest of his life. Does he get an arm back? If he gets his arm back, how? I'm hoping he doesn't get the ability to use Nen again. I really hope he doesn't. Because it'll hold the emotions of that scene and that episode so much stronger. It would really just piss all of it away if he somehow gets his abilities back, gets his arm back. Him and Killua just get to skip off into the sunset, fully Nenned and ready to go. But then I say I want it to be that way, but then it's like, how do you continue the story without your main character being able to do what he needs to do? But I guess the story all along has been him finding his dad. It's not like Gon is like a Deku where he's declared, I want to be the best hunter there ever is, or there ever was. You know, he doesn't need Nen to find his dad, even though he kind of did, just to even do the Greed Island stuff, he needed the Nen. So I don't know if there's more kind of breadcrumbs, trails, and hints for Gon that he's going to need Nen to access. Now, he could go around with Killua, and Killua could use the Nen to, you know, access these things and do these things. Yeah, so we've got to figure out what happens with Gon. Does everything just get reset and he gets his arm and all his abilities back, and the story of him finding his dad with Killua continues. What's going to be the state of the Hunter Association, and what do they do? Are we going to get to see that kind of political back and forth, and who it was that was behind Netero waiting for him to fail? What do we do with the remaining ants? Because I'm pretty sure we still have some that are still out there running around that we never saw. That crocodile one that swam all the way out there. I know we killed Cheetu and some others, but some of them really like got pretty far out there. And then we'll still have Ikalgo alive and the chameleon. Welfrin's gonna be out there. Do they get to live? Do they get to live under supervision? I don't know. And then again, just how it ends off. There's not really much. I mean, we could, how does Nob and Moral and Shoot and Knuckles storylines kind of end? What happens with Palm now that she's this like hybrid, half ant, half human? Can that be reversed? Does it not? Yeah, and we've got 13 episodes left to do that. You would think more close to 9, because the final 2 will be a lot of wrap up, and then I would think the immediate 2 after this will be the conclusion of the Ant arc. So take off like 3 buffer episodes on the very end and right where we're at, and see what they include in these last kind of 8 to 9 episodes or so. I can't believe we're pretty much, we're here. We made it. After 135, there was no more live reaction requests. I'm guessing it's just kind of, ending the anime as it goes, but we'll end it there and see how it goes. If you guys are watching this Friday, I think I'm going to plan to have the live reaction to episode 135 tonight, the night you guys are watching this. So just stay aware. I'll post things. I'll keep you guys updated, and we'll go from there. So let me know what you guys think. Leave the comments. Help us get to 6,000 subscribers. Trying really hard. I'll catch y'all later tonight or tomorrow morning. So like, share, favorite, subscribe, and as always,